you yet tonight. What went wrong?
Well, first of all, I mean, not being able to have Kemba on the floor and play them the amount of minutes that they needed. Too much pressure on Jaylen Brown, although he played phenomenal. But let's just give credit where credit's due. The Philadelphia 76ers are just really, really good. Doc have them playing the gender-free basketball. They're locked in defensively. You can see the camaraderie. They acting like a family, and they playing with great joy. By the way, led by Joel Embiid. I thought he wasn't going to go out for 40, but, I mean, he went for 38 tonight and gave it to him in a variety of ways. Right now, he's just in the zone, and I don't think anyone could guard him right now, to be honest.
Last year, this is crazy. Last year, Ben Simmons, I think it was somewhere around this number, 238th in the NBA in usage percentage in the fourth quarter, right above Frank Kaminsky. And now I watch
out of the league.
I watch the Celtics and Ben Simmons, and I watch him dominate the fourth quarter, the last 4 minutes of the game. And Ben Simmons used to be afraid to have the basketball in his hands because he didn't want to go to the free throw line and didn't want to hear about the Kardashians and all that stuff. Now, no fans, Doc Rivers there, Ben Simmons dominated the last 5 minutes of the game. Perk, I like Doc. I love Doc. He's that good of a coach?
That's what I was saying. How much
He's that good?
Yeah, is Doc.
I mean, all last year I kept telling y'all. You remember I kept saying, the problem is not Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Everybody kept asking, can they coexist? I said, yes, they need a new coach. They need a head of a snake that's going to put them in position to be successful, that's going to believe in them. Doc gives you that confidence, Cal. You know, Doc gave you and I confidence. We had confidence at one time. I mean, we wasn't doing it at this level.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was more like Garnett, you, Pierce, and then Doc. This is, Doc walks in like, you guys follow me, and we're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
Embiid's a new guy.
Well,
Simmons is a new guy. You got the other Curry playing better than one Curry. Come on, what's going on here, man?
That's what I mean. For all of Brett Brown's failings, believing in his players and wanting the best for his players was not one of them. As far as
he believed in them.
Yes.
But he
didn't put them in the position to succeed.
And he just didn't hold them accountable. That's it.
Is that what it is?
Oh, you hear Doc yelling. Now, maybe different with no fans there. You hear Doc yelling, do this, do that, wake up. A lot of bleeps in there.
But yelling gets Ben Simmons to come alive in the fourth quarter?
I don't know. He's good, though.
Let's take a look at it, because this is the 10-0 run in about 90 seconds, and it was a lot of Ben Simmons on attack.
That was the second one. So he had another layup before that, then that layup, then watch this play. Give me that. Then he's out in transition. These are back-to-back-to-back plays. Call timeout. This is Ben Simmons now. Now, wait a minute. He's not done. Assisted three. Whack. I think he's not done. I think he has one more play. He does have one more play. I'm right. He drives.
Dribbling,
Look at this. Come on. Come on, Perk.
Hey, listen. Look, I'm telling you, it's the effect of Doc Rivers. And I could just hear Sam over there yelling, be confident, young fella, be confident. And look, Steph Curry don't have he don't have no choice but to ball out, because I can hear Callie over there telling him right now, don't you go in there playing with my daddy. Don't you go in there playing with my daddy. You better do exactly what he's telling you to do. And he going out there and ball out. But can we give some credit to the veterans?
She like, yeah, my brother didn't listen to him. See what happened to him?
Hey.
You don't want to end up like my brother.
No, wait.
I like Austin.
Did you catch in the game broadcast that Scal's taking complete credit for Seth Curry's shooting ability?
Oh, man. He had a big old hitch.
That I taught him.
He had a big hitch. That hitch is gone. No, but I will say this. Like, no disrespect to anybody that we play with. We play with some hard workers, right? I coach Steph Curry. He floors all those guys. Like, Steph is the most incredible worker I have ever seen. And guess who's right alongside of him all the time? Like, there's Seth doing all the workouts that Steph Curry's doing. So you're bound to get better.
What were you going to say, Perk?
I was just about to say, can we give a little credit to Danny Green and Dwight Howard, because I've been hearing that their impact in the locker room has been phenomenal. By the way, I heard that Dwight Howard has embraced MB with open arms, as far as taking him under his wing, making sure that he shows up to the weight room and get his cardio and conditioning in, making sure his body is in great shape. And it's showing right now.
All I know is this, Perk. I look at Dwight Howard, right? He got shoulders for days, right? I know that my boy Big Perk outplayed his you-know-what in the playoffs, man up, man to man. Not when Perk was out and Big Baby was guarding him, he was doing work on Big Baby. I'm talking about you, Perk, outplayed him. And Perk was about 295 pounds at the time.
I think Double T could use some of that fire right now.
Big Perk,
that
man.
big Perk fire.
If Dwight Howard, I don't know where he's been for the last 5 years. If he can make a comeback, Perk, I'm telling you, man, you can do it. You can do it.
No, I'm not even trying, Scal. I mean, look, I went and tried to run the other day, and it was horrible. I mean, really horrible. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when you tie your shoe, you bend over to tie your shoe, and you wake up and you feel like you about to pass out. That's a problem.
I can't do that in this dress, but I also can say I think Perk's doing all right in the media gig, working harder than anyone at this.
The Celtics could have used him tonight, that's for sure.
Could have used some, no question about it. Scal, Perk, thank you. Perk is staying with us. Scal will be back in various different spots. But it's time for the Ford Tough play of the game. Kemba Walker played the full 28 minutes, driving on Joel. He looked good in his third game back. We'll continue to look at the positive, that Ford Tough play presented by your New England Ford dealers. Ford trucks built Ford Tough. Yes, the Celtics could use a little more toughness that that Kendrick Perkins can bring. 122-110, swept by the Sixers in this miniseries. I am Abby Chin, joined by Chris Forsberg. We will also have Scal and Perk coming up a little later. But Chris, this game was lost in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the defense all year has not been up to the standards that this team has set, being in the top 6 the past 3 seasons. You know, they're at 17th right now. Felt like that even though Embiid had a big first half, they had sort of put themselves in position to be in control of this game, and then they let go of the rope in the third quarter, and then they're trying to scramble to play catch-up. You get within 3 late, but, you know, it just felt like they ran out a little bit of steam, and especially because Ben Simmons took over.
Let's look at the numbers in that third quarter, because I mean, we're going to look at the video, but the numbers themselves pretty darn ugly. The Celtics gave up 42 points. It's brought to you by the Veterans Perspective. It's proudly partnered with VA New England Healthcare. If you're a veteran, call 844-VA-CARES and get the benefits you deserve. As I said, I mean, it all started out all right. I wrote on my notepad the Celtics playing with pace, getting out in transition, and then it just all fell apart once Joel Embiid once again started getting whistles.
And here's the thing, too. Like, even before Embiid went out, I felt like they sort of made their hay without Embiid out there, sort of got some momentum and took control of the game. And then when Embiid went back in and started getting whistles, it just gets tough. You know, unlike the other night where it felt like the Celtics got frustrated by those whistles, again, when you're not getting stops, you get a little bit discouraged. And to see them put up that big number 42, you look up all of a sudden they're, you know, 90 points after 3 quarters. That's tough. The Celtics just have to find out, like, what lineups are willing to play with energy and intensity.
Well, they found something, it felt like, with Rob Williams and Daniel Tice on the floor. And then in that third quarter, Brad went with Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice and just did not seem to bring that same energy.
Yeah, and, like, I don't want to put a lot of this on Tristan. I think he's still getting comfortable and all that. But, like, the bottom line is he has not been good out there, at least defensively, or at least not consistently enough. And I do think he'll get there with enough practice time, if there's practice time. But right now, it's just not working. And Embiid's a tough matchup, but Tyson Williams did have something going there, and the Celtics just couldn't get it. Like, and then this is the thing with the Sixers too. Like, once their shooters get going, I mean, Seth Curry makes such a difference. When Tobias gets hot, Tobias made a couple of ridiculous shots, one over Jaylen Brown in the first half, and so and then Dwight Howard dominating the glass for a couple of stretches there. The Sixers' balance is just so much better now that they have a functioning roster beyond Simmons and Embiid.
But you said it, the Celtics fought back in the fourth quarter with defense and actually cut the deficit to just 3. But then Philly, Ben Simmons in particular, turned it on.
He just took over. And Marcus Smart had a couple lapses, but Simmons just went attacking the basket, couldn't be stopped, got a couple assists. in this stretch as well. It's weird. We're so used to like somebody else taking over, and it's not usually Ben Simmons, but in this game, he really just kind of dominated that stretch. 103-100, and then they just pulled away when Simmons took over.
Yeah, 10-0 run in about 90 seconds of game time. And you're right, Ben Simmons, you're not used to seeing it, especially in the fourth quarter. This is a guy who does not want to take free throws. But the fact is, they got turnovers from the Celtics. He got out in transition and didn't even have to worry about that.
And so, like, the Celtics were really good at the close games at the start of this year, but now we're seeing it sort of flip-flopping, right? Like, they've struggled here late against a quality opponent. That was the difference between them being 8-4 out of the gates and now struggling with this 3-game losing streak. Again, to me, it comes back to the defense. What do you lean on in those late-game situations? They haven't been able to lean on their defense.
And we should say, no Jason Tatum. The Celtics now 1-3 without JT. Kemba Walker still dealing with a bit of a minutes restriction. No excuses, though.